The Fallout 3 remaster is pretty much real. We did a video about this not too long ago, and I felt we needed an update video for you guys. There are two games that you guys absolutely are super passionate about when we cover on the channel, and that is any Fallout game and any Elder Scrolls game. And I fully understand the community wants these to be real, but they also want them to be done right. I read every single comment on every single video, and yes, if I heart your comment, that means I read it and I liked it. If I didn't heart it, I still read it, but you were probably being mean. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos. Now, Fallout 3, the remaster. We know the rumors, we've talked about it, but it's not just wishful thinking. We know that there are a lot of things pointing to this. The Microsoft court documents from that big FTC versus Microsoft case. They spilled the beans that a Fallout 3 remaster was in Bethesda's plans and on their roadmap. In fact, the leaked roadmap listed Fallout 3 Remastered right alongside the Oblivion remaster. Since then, credible insiders have basically confirmed that it is in development. One well-regarded leaker, the kind with a near-perfect record, flat out said Fallout 3 Remaster is happening. So while Bethesda hasn't officially announced it, behind the scenes, it looks like a return to the capital Wasteland is on the table. And if you need more proof, that same leak gave us Oblivion Remastered, which we now know is a reality. So if Oblivion's real, and with the success of Oblivion, now it's just a matter of time. And I know what you're thinking. If it's real, Jimmy, where is it? Why no announcement yet? Well, that brings us to the waiting game. Let's manage our expectations here. The bad news is we might be waiting a while before we actually get to play this one. Those leaked documents initially penciled in Fallout 3 Remastered for 2024. Yeah, that was last year. I mean, it came and went with no remaster in sight, and it turns out that Bethesda's schedule has shifted a lot. That's because of project delays and even COVID setbacks. In fact, one insider, Nate the Hate, a very reliable source, responded when asked about Fallout 3's remaster news, and he said, "It will be a while before we see it." Now, that's as close to confirmation of delays as you can get without an official press release. So, how long is a while? Well, some clues point to a pretty significant wait here. Bethesda originally planned to launch the Fallout 3 remaster in the same time frame as Elder Scrolls 6. Imagine that. That's laughable, I know. If that strategy holds and the Elder Scrolls 6 is still years away, currently in early development, that implies that Fallout 3's remaster may not drop until probably, I would say, 2026, 2027 at the earliest. One analysis noted that since Oblivion Remaster was pushed about 3 years past its intended date, a similar delay could put Fallout 3, somewhere in that window. Now, that's all speculation, but it lines up with a lot of what fans are bracing for. In other words, don't start clearing your schedule just yet. This one could be a slow burn. Now, I do want to mention that there is some buzz out there that we could see some kind of teaser for this or some kind of surprise reveal in 2025. There's a few optimistic people that are trying to manifest Fallout 3 Remaster's reveal this summer or into the fall, but you know it didn't happen this summer, and I don't think it's going to happen this fall. It seems Bethesda is keeping this one under wraps a bit longer, so patience is going to be the key. We're in for a wait, but on the bright side, that gives the developers time to really polish this remaster up, perhaps even more than a typical remaster. And we'll talk about that, because there might be some stuff they're doing to Fallout 3 that could make it worth the wait. Now, here's the fun part. We got through all the bad news. What would it look like? From what we've seen with Oblivion, Bethesda isn't doing bare bones upscales here. They're being ambitious. Oblivion's remaster turned out to be a joint project with Virtuos, a studio known for quality remasters, and they actually ported the whole game into the Unreal Engine 5. The result was it feels like the same 2006 game under the hood, but it looks completely new, almost like a full-on remake. Bethesda even said Oblivion's project was definitely not a remake, yet even a former dev admitted it was more of a remaster. It was basically Oblivion 2.0 in his words. Now, if they give Fallout 3 the similar treatment, which I think they're going to, we can expect a major overhaul in graphics and tech. I want you guys to think high-resolution textures, modern lighting, possibly even new physics or visual effects. Essentially, they're going to bring Fallout 3's 2008 visuals into the modern world. Now, it might still be the same Gamebryo creation engine handling the RPG mechanics underneath, but the presentation could be on a whole new level, and it's not just the graphics. We're talking gameplay improvements are on the table too. Fallout 3 was the series' first to do the shooter-style combat system, and let's be honest, it was very janky, but it was charming. Then Fallout 4 came along and really tightened up the gunplay. It feels much more like a true FPS. So according to Bruce Nesmith, one of Fallout 3's lead designers, any remaster would likely incorporate a lot of the combat improvements from Fallout 4. He also pointed out that Fallout 4 did a ton of work to make shooting feel better, and he anticipates seeing a lot of work go into the Fallout 3 remaster from that. So imagine the Capital Wasteland, but imagine it with smoother aiming, proper iron sights, overall snappier controls. This literally could be a game changer for replaying the classic RPG shooter. And I know people always worry about remasters or remakes, and they want it to have that classic feel. They don't want to lose that legacy feel, but you also have to bring it into modern day, because we have rose-tinted goggles in hindsight a lot, and we forget about all the jankiness. I mean, we could see some other tweaks, modern tweaks, perhaps quality of life features from later games could be backported. I mean, Pip-Boy improvements, a better UI, maybe even the option to build settlements like in Fallout 4. And I know whenever I talk about settlement building, people get very opinionated on the channel. So we'll see what they say. It could be a bit of a stretch, but some fans are already dreaming about setting up shanty towns in the DC ruins. I mean, I think it would be pretty cool rebuilding Megaton. I'm just saying. At the very least, expect the DLCs to be bundled in there. All those expansions, Broken Steel, Point Lookout, all of them. And if fingers are crossed, which they are, we would have bug fixes. Fallout 3, well, it had its share of bugs that a remaster could smooth all those out. One thing fans do not want changed, the atmosphere. Fallout 3's iconic green tint over the world, I mean, that sickly radioactive hue is part of its identity. Love it or hate it, doesn't matter. It's what made the Wasteland memorable, and many feel it should stay. I mean, as one commentary put it, a Fallout 3 remaster shouldn't get rid of the green tint, since for better or worse, it's a big part of the visual identity. So, I mean, me personally, I'm hoping that the overhaul stays true to that grimy charm of the original. Now, all of it, all in all, it sounds like the Fallout 3 remaster, if done in the spirit of Oblivion, won't just be the same old game with a slight facelift. Could play better, could look way better, could strike this nice balance between nostalgia and modern polish. We'll have to wait and see, and as always on this channel, we love to talk about wild speculation and fan theories. So, how are the fans handling it? Well, in a word, of course the Fallout community is hyped at the idea of a Fallout 3 remaster, but we've all been burned before by long waits and unmet expectations, so people are trying to keep their excitement in check. On Reddit, you will see people joking that Bethesda will probably just release Skyrim again instead of giving us Fallout 3. It's a little jab at how many times Skyrim has been re-released, and we just did a video about the Skyrim remaster happening again, so it's not really a joke. One gamer said, I'm excited for Oblivion, but would have preferred the Fallout 3 remake first, which a lot of others agree with. I get it, but I feel like Oblivion was the tester to see if they should really go with this strategy of remastering all these, and that's going to lead to us getting Fallout 3. We also talked about concerns, the green tint issue. Where are you guys at with this? Some players actually like that green filter. Others, they don't want it there. They're worried about the gameplay. Fallout 3 is beloved, but let's face it, it has that old clunky Bethesda feel. One fan said, I love the older games, but they're pretty wonky by today's standards. So there's an expectation or a hope that the remaster will modernize the controls and systems without losing the soul of the game. That's a tough balance to strike, and that's what truly makes a good remaster. Now, theories. There's one huge theory flying around that ties the remasters to the upcoming Amazon Fallout TV series. The idea is that Bethesda and Microsoft might coordinate game releases with the show's seasons for maximum hype. For example, one person said that if Microsoft was smart, they'd have Fallout 3 Remaster ready to drop when Season 2 of Amazon shows up. Well, the show's second season is heading to New Vegas, and you can see where that's going. Fans are speculating that after Fallout 3, a New Vegas remaster could be right around the corner, and that would be timed with the show's New Vegas storyline. So imagine the synergy. You're watching the Fallout TV series introduce or reintroduce people of these locations at the same time you're playing a shiny remastered version of the game set in that location. I know, it's very ambitious, but it would be cool. It's not going to happen because we're going to get Season 2 way before we get a Fallout 3, but that's okay. That's okay. The community is ready. They're hyped, but they're also... everybody's cautious, as you should be. I mean, we have lots of leaks here. We have lots of credible sources. The main thing I want to take away from this is improved gunplay, better graphics, all DLC included. It's kind of like an ultimate edition of Fallout 3. The big question is, do they keep the green tint? That's what I want you guys to let me know in the comment section on that. If we get anything new, I will let you know. And of course, if this goes well, Fallout New Vegas would be right around the corner. I'll see you guys soon.